Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Dominions 4 Multiplayer Showdown, Episode 11, Turn 22. My name is Sabouts, playing as the Ashen Empire, still in the game. Surprise, surprise. Still kicking around. Research and enchantment's been completed. Fantastic, we'll take a look at that in a bit. I want to go over our research anyways. We can see the Carrion Lord claiming another throne. We revived a couple wits, some Acolyte, or we got one Acolyte there revived. We had that battle that was here. I'm not going to bother watching it because that was just that province I moved into. So shouldn't be an issue there. And worldwide event, cold +1. So let's go ahead and exit and take a look at the map. Here we are. So now we finally got a province. I'm guessing we just can't see the units there, and that's why it's letting me know. Or no, there was some units there. He must have moved them or something. Okay, so, yeah, and we've got Vanheim's kind of got some forces around us. So we got a couple things we want to do, and we want to go through. Now, to discuss, and if you guys hear my dog's chew toy in the background, I apologize. I bought her a new toy today, and it's pretty obnoxious. I meant to take it away from her, but I forgot. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Anywho, yeah, so Vanheim has sent me a message, not in game, but he sent me a message basically asking for a non-aggression pact. So I guess he's having some issues with Agartha, and I'm not really sure. Obviously, all of it is up for debate and how true that is. I kind of feel it is. Because of some of the communications I've had, and the fact that I haven't really seen Agarthan forces on the border for a bit now. I've got a spy down here, and what I'm being told is that Agartha is actually having a conflict with Ulm, and Vanheim's kind of being dragged into it. So we're going to use the spy to kind of help maybe clear up whether or not that's actually a true fact, and it's not just a lie. Now I've got another spy here. We're coming around this way with him. Actually, really, I could go this way with him because I do have this spy here. I want to bring up this way. I want to see how far up this way I can spread. You can see Vanheim looks like he might have been cut off. So once I move the spy up, I'll be able to get a better idea for what's going on. I'd like to get back up to this mountain range though. But yeah, so for the non-aggression pact, I'm going to let Vanheim know that obviously I can't have a complete non-aggression pact. Vanheim has done nothing but drive into my territory for a long, long time. So for the choice of the non-aggression pact, I'm not going to make like a full non-aggression pact. These provinces, I'm taking these provinces back. These are my provinces, and sorry Agartha and even Asfado there. Like all these provinces are going to be mine at some point. So that's just kind of that. Here's these units here. Let's take a look. They're supposed to be pretty good units, actually. These versus lictors, I guess it's kind of like a, you know, they kind of go 50-50. The lictors are blessed. These ones are not. So that does make a difference. But we do have the Bane Blade here, which is pretty good because you got that decay effect. So pretty much anybody hit with it's going to be like killed. And then not to mention, you know, the shield and full helmet and all that stuff. So they're actually pretty good units. I'm just going to leave them all up here for now. I'm not going to bother filtering these units down into anything. But we do want to make sure we've got everybody doing what we can. But before I go ahead and switch everybody over to what I need to switch them over to, let's go ahead and do a little bit of research. Taking a look, we did get the next enchantment. I wanted to make a push for that. That gives us the raised skeletons now, and the create Revenant, which I don't think matters as much, but the raised skeletons kind of important. Behemoth would be nice, but I'm not going to go for Behemoth just yet. What I'm actually going to make a push for now is we're going to go for construction, and we're going to make an effort to get construction level 2. And the reason for that is because at construction level 2, we'll get those black laurels, and they allow us to summon 3 lictors instead of 1 lictor when we do the actual cast for the spell. So I think that's going to be a pretty big deal. I don't think it's going to take us too long to get there. I got to put some more guys on research, as you can see, so that way we can get that research nice and high. So taking a look, how many? Let's see. We got 16. That's not a whole lot. We still want to be trying to revive as many mages as we can. We cannot get a Dust Elder, so we'll just go for the Spectre for now. Oops, my mistake. The spectator there. And for you, we're going to put you right on research because I think you got a pretty good research compared to these guys. And you do have a little bit better. So taking a look at that now, 53. So we'll get construction 1 right off the bat, which will be good. As for you, and actually I bled over a lot into enchantment, didn't I? No, actually not that much. Good. Okay, as for you, let's go ahead and reanimate. Get me some more, just stick to long dead warriors for now. I would like my better priests doing lictors when possible, but I see I don't really have any more. So actually you could maybe, you know what, Archbishop, no, not really worth it. Why don't you just keep doing that for now? We need more research. Now I'd like to get a couple more of these guys on research, but it's kind of hard to decide what to do. I think we're okay here, so I don't think we're going to be contested for a bit. I did mention I wanted to put a fortress here sooner rather than later. That's really something I should probably push to do. It's going to take 6 turns, and what's better, you know, getting this province or getting this province? You know, I should put a fortress here. Once I spend that gold, that's it. I've spent it, but if I don't put a fortress up here, it's going to take 6 months, so 6 turns, and that's going to be a long time. But if I don't start it now and I start it later, it only hurts me. The longer I wait, the worse it is. So it only makes sense to put just somebody on that and get it over with. So I've got a lot of people here who can do some researching on the side whilst we're sort of waiting. Well, actually, they'd have to be on a lab. So I could have them summoning, I guess, or I need to have somebody at least searching for magic sites. I don't want to be hit here. I don't think I will. Okay, we're going to keep the Mound King here, I believe. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got? Okay, go ahead and go with the Mound King. And you might as well go here, or you can't. You got to be in your own group. Okay, that's fine. So not a whole lot of units. Let's keep you here. Let's take you off. Okay, so you guys should probably go back so you can do some researching. I don't think it does me any good having them with me. I know they've got those abilities, but it's not going to do me any good right now. The rest of you in particular, you've got animate skeleton. Let's change that to raise skeletons, which I believe, yes, gives me a little bit more. And how many? Okay. So raise skeletons it is. Perfect. So that'll keep him doing that for now. Now for my priest. It would only make sense to have them doing something for me. Oh, and where's my... Yeah, and you there. I want you to search for magic sites. Might not find anything, but you never know. Now, if I could set all these priests up to do a little bit of summoning. Just long dead warriors is fine. Why don't we have you go ahead and reanimate a lictor, please? Okay, you guys are going to move back in so you can do research. The Lich King's kind of fine where he is. We could have him... Boy, what do we want him to do? He should do something. I guess he could search for magic sites. I know it's kind of a waste to have him doing that, but I need him here defending right now, at least just for this turn. I need him here defending. So I'll have him search for magic sites. Since he's got to sit here a turn anyways, I'll just have him search for magic sites, and I'll have this mage do something else. Actually, why don't you... Actually, better yet, you search, and why don't you guys go ahead and pillage. There. So everybody is busy. The only thing I do need is I need somebody to start fortress construction. Why doesn't... Let's see. Why don't you do it? Build fortress. Oh, 5 months. The castle is 6. Let's get a fortress going. So 5 turns. It's not as bad. Okay, researching, you're reviving, you're researching, you're reanimating. All right, so other thing I want to do and go over. I think we should go ahead and make an effort to take water provinces because we will kind of be somewhat safe from the enemy. So, to take water provinces, I need a unit that can go underwater and can bring a decent enough army with me. I don't think it's safe to pull too many forces from here. So I actually, technically speaking, I don't have a force that's really strong enough to probably take a water province. The Mound King would be probably the closest it gets. And I'm hesitant to pull him off here. And he could go underwater. Some of these probably can't though. Which one of you guys? You're a poor... They're all poor amphibians. Poor amphibian. You can go underwater. They're all poor amphibians. There is enough here to do it. Maybe I should move the Mound King back here. I don't know though. I could take one of these guys. That would actually probably work. It would mean though that I wouldn't be doing it for another turn, but he could come back here and grab up all of these units and a few of these and make that move. Because this isn't going to get, even if this gets attacked, it'll be a while before it gets sieged. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and grab one of these guys, and I can even maybe, which one should I grab? Probably my more experienced one if I'm going to use him as a leader. He's still got that stupid cauldron he found earlier. It does me no good. I don't want him to lose that. I feel like I'm better off giving that to somebody, but nobody's really been nice enough to me to deserve it. So he's got heroic ability and everything. He's a pretty good leader, so I think he'll be the best one to take. So let's move him back. I think that's a fine move. And why don't we actually give him just a few units? I know I do want some units here, but I got lots of priests that are going to be reanimating on this province, which will kind of flesh out the army here. And then armies are going to be, just the fortress in general here is going to be refleshing out. So kind of sitting here with 2 provinces right now and just going to build them up. And then take this province and maybe this, and I'll have like a nice little 4. And then I'm just going to kind of like slowly kind of spiral and just do it that way and take it like one step at a time, no rushing, because I made a lot of mistakes in the early game and I'm not about to make them now. I really do want to come around and fix my mistakes, so we're gonna see if we can do that. Yeah, we'll have him take just a few units. I don't want him taking a whole lot of units, but like might as well give him like, you know, 5 of these, because that'll practically, for the most part, guarantee me battle. Actually, I've got the, you know, leave them here, because I need everything here I can get. And I've got those, he's going to go back to the castle and grab those wits, so that'll be fine. So why don't you just grab all of this guy's units, because it's pretty worthless for him to have them, to be honest. So that gives me a couple units right there. Everybody else I'm going to keep here. You could take these 2 skeletons too, because why not? But yeah, I'll keep everybody else here. These Lictorians are actually, these are lictors here, they're pretty important. But then he can move up and he can go ahead and grab up some more units here. There'll be a couple more here from here. And these guys will go with him. And that should be enough to take this water province. And I'll even move up and take this one too. Right out of Shanu's territory, because I'm not even going to worry about it. I don't want to spread. I'm going to take these 2. It might seem beneficial for me to spread down here, but it's not. And I'll tell you why. If I start taking too many water provinces, everybody's going to get all super scared and nervous and be like, oh my god, Airmore is snowballing or some dumb thing, and they're all going to attack me again. So I've got to be very kind of quiet, you know? Let everybody else slowly start kind of backstabbing each other, tearing each other apart. Ulm and Vanheim maybe go to war with Agartha, who knows? But let everybody else kind of start to realize that they got to fight each other. Because if I could draw my survival out long enough, people will sort of forget about me, or at least in an attempt to move the game forward, they're going to have to start attacking each other because people are going to go around claiming thrones and somebody is going to win. You know, the goal of the game is not to kill me. Nobody wins if you kill me. They only win if they get the thrones. And Vanheim was running away for a while, and I know, I guess Asphodel just got another throne, and I don't know how Man and Ulm are doing, but I'm sure they've got some thrones. Agartha looks like, if they're all the way down in this area, they've got some thrones. So, basically what I'm saying is, eventually, for the sake of keeping the game going, so we don't just get one victor because everybody's focused on me, somebody's going to have to backstab somebody. We'll just have to find out who, what, and where. But yeah, if I start going into this water and then next thing you know, Vanheim's over here and they see me coming across the water and Shanu says something and, you know, just everybody sees me and Agartha sees me over here or something. I don't know, something stupid. Like if they all see me in the water, they're going to freak out and be like, holy crap, he's in the water. He's coming through the water. He's going to attack us. So I don't want to alarm anybody. Just come over here. We'll take these two. We'll stay with these little 4 provinces. The water provinces will give us, you know, some resources and whatnot. Then we'll take this one and we'll just kind of spread a little bit at a time. But yeah, I've got everything pretty much set up the way I want it. Like I said, going for construction level 2 so we can get those black laurels because those lictors are pretty powerful. We'd like to get a bunch of them rolling out. It'd be super useful. We'll go ahead, as we take provinces, we'll use a Dusk Eldar. You know, it doesn't matter really which one, but we'll go ahead and use some of these Dusk Eldars to start scoping out, see if we can find some magic sites so we can get a little bit more death gems or at least anything. And then on top of that, moving these guys here to do some research. Yeah, so I think we're in a good spot. We do have a fortress being built here. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to defend it. It just depends on what Vanheim does. I honestly don't believe he has anybody, or at least too many people in these provinces up here. And that's my biggest concern, because if he moved a massive army down and attacked me here, I'd be in some trouble, but I don't think he's going to. He could attack my fortress from here, but again, you can see that he can't make this transition from this province to this one. He'd have to go through a Agarthan territory. So this province is actually by itself, and I can go ahead and probably snipe that in a turn or two. And if I get this province, I think that's his last province. This scout here is going to tell me right now where Vanheim's forces are. I don't even know how he got over here, but he must have just free walked through Shanu's territory to here. That must have been what happened. Either way, the only place he can really attack is the fortress from here, and if he does that, we'll have some turns with the siege going on, and we could just attempt to break the siege again. So hopefully we'll get a decent enough army up to do that. However, that's the end of this turn. Lots of things going on, still in the game, just barely hanging on by a thread, but trying to make up for some of the mistakes I made earlier, give you guys a good show. Which I think, honestly, personally, for me, this is a lot more manageable and enjoyable than in the beginning. In the beginning, it just felt I didn't know who was on my side or who was attacking who. I felt a little overwhelmed and a little less experienced, but I've been doing a lot of reading up and watching on guides and everything and trying to really learn, and I think I've gotten a little bit better. Even though I still only have these 2 provinces, instead of rushing, we're just going to take everything one step at a time, see how that affects us. Either way, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.